Have you ever thought about why do some people seem to have so much better fortune or luck than other people? This is something I've thought about a lot. Growing up, I had a father who was, by every standard, very unlucky. And I think I am really lucky. And sometimes I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, when am I going to start being unlucky? But I think there's certain things that make people more lucky than others, and I wanted to talk to you about that today. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you might be wondering, where in the world did this video come from? It's very different than my other content, but it is a part of me. I love listening to a good podcast or book. I love thinking about different random ideas in life, more than just building things or even planting. This is another side of me, and I felt like everything was pointing to me sharing this side of me today. So I recently have been finding a lot of four-leaf clovers, and I found a lot of four-leaf clovers growing up as a kid, and it's like, did they make me lucky? Is that why I'm so lucky? I mean, even here, right in front of me, I already knew this. I looked before I made this video. There is this most beautiful four-leaf clover. I have never seen one quite so symmetrical and perfect. Like, look how beautiful that is. So I found this today when I was thinking about making this video. The last time I found a clover, I started to think about, why are finding a clover, a four-leaf clover, associated with being lucky? I don't know if you knew that or not, but it's kind of like finding a penny heads up. Finding a four-leaf clover is supposed to make you really lucky. If you've never seen clover before, they are all three-leafed, normally. But there are some four-leaf clovers. And I was thinking a lot about that, but I wasn't really intending to make a video about it. But today I listened to this podcast by Case Kinney, and he was talking about how being present makes you more lucky. And it was really interesting because it went so well with what I was already thinking about. And then I started toying with the idea of making this video. So I walked outside with Miriam and I said, let me just see if I can find a four-leaf clover. Because I have found a bunch of other four-leaf clovers, but I wanted to do this video showing a freshly picked, just found four-leaf clover. And within 5 minutes, I had seen this four-leaf clover and I thought, okay, that's a sign. Got to do this video. So today I am going to talk about what makes somebody a little bit more lucky, what I think has helped make me more lucky, and what I've heard from other people also contributes to luck. If you're new here, my name is Abby Rose. We have a beautiful place in rural Missouri where we get to grow animals and raise a garden, and we're just growing our family in nature and growing our mind. So let's get into it. I have my little list so that I can stay on topic. My very first thing, and actually what I heard in the podcast, is to be open to the unexpected. So one thing that Case Kinney talked about that really resonated, I'm a nerd for a good study, and he talked about a study by Richard Wiseman. I don't remember what year it happened in. It was long enough ago that he advertised to participants for this study in the newspaper. I don't even think people read the newspapers anymore. Anyway, Richard Wiseman wanted to know what made some people more lucky than others. So he advertised in the newspaper and said, hey, if you think of yourself as 1, really lucky, or 2, really unlucky, please come be a part of this study. Now, in this study, he used, again, a newspaper and that he had created, and he told the participants, here is what you need to do. I want you to look through and count and see how many different images are in this paper. And surprisingly enough, the people who considered themselves really lucky got done with the task so much quicker than the people that considered themselves unlucky. At least on average, that was the case. And the reason why is because on the front page, in not so small letters said, hey, stop counting now. The number of pictures is, I think it was 43. And the people that considered themselves more lucky was able to see that clue placed in the paper. He concluded the study to say that lucky people tend to be able to expect the unexpected. They have their eyes open to possibilities. For me, that came in with clover. It's not just seeing all the 3-leaf clovers, but instead being open to see the unexpected 4-leaf clover. This video is also a good example of doing the unexpected, or being open to the unexpected. I completely thought that my channel was going to be only DIY content or tour contents about our farm and our animals and gardening, but I am open to the unexpected, and of course I have no idea what the results of this will be. That doesn't really matter, but there could be beautiful results. There might not be, but there could be beautiful results, and it would only come because I was open to the unexpected and am trying something new. My husband and I, we just started a land clearing business. We have a mulcher and a rotary cutter grapple that is run on a skid steer that can completely mulch down small trees, brush, clear out pastures, new builds, all the things. And we have had really great fortune this year. We have been able to build our fence from the money that we have gotten through this new business. And this was a totally unexpected idea. Dan and I think had been thinking a lot about getting into construction, but this was a novel idea and unexpected, especially for me. But you know, we were open to it. We were open to that unexpected idea, and we've gone for it, and it has had very lucky or fortunate results, and we're thankful that we did it. My life in general is such a good example of being open to the unexpected. I have pivoted so many different times in my life. Like, if you asked my college friends, do you think Abby's going to end up living in the country with animals in a garden? They would say, no way. Like, no, she wants to go live in the city in a high-rise and do a corporate job. But I pivoted, and I could not be more thankful for the life that I live. And I consider myself very lucky to live this life. But I was open to the unexpected. Okay, next. You gotta believe it's possible. Which just sounds cliche, but if I didn't think 4-leaf clovers existed, if I thought they were a mythical unicorn, I would never spend any time looking at all the fields of 3-leaf clovers trying to find a 4-leaf clover. Because I believe it's possible, and now especially that I've found it on this place, I find clover all the time. So we would find 4-leaf clovers all the time on my farm growing up. I've probably found, I don't know, 25 plus 4-leaf clovers. And a part of me thought that that farm was special, that it was just a breeding ground of 4-leaf clovers. And I actually did not start finding 4-leaf clovers here until the last month or two, because I didn't even know there was going to be 4-leaf clovers around here. I didn't even look. I wasn't even thinking about it being possible. Now that I know it's possible, I wanted to create this video. I went and looked outside, no more than 10 minutes, found a 4-leaf clover because I knew it was possible. For a real life example, you're never going to apply for the job. You're never going to record the video if you don't think it's possible that something good could come from it. So you have to believe it's possible and go for it to be lucky. I had a vision of recording this video outside, so I'm sticking to it. It is windy and really, really rainy. I am so thankful that it rained though. We are farmers, we need the grass. I would love to not water my garden. So I am so thankful for this beautiful rainy day. And that goes into my next point, which is look for the good instead of the bad. In so many situations, there are two ways to look at things. You can either look at things as being really good or finding the good, or you can look at the negatives. The rain. The negatives are you're going to have to work in the rain. The day's not going to be as pretty. You won't see the beautiful sunshine. Positives, better lighting, because in direct sunlight, the lighting's never good. More grass, because we definitely need grass on our farm. Happy trees. I love trees. I love greenery, and that doesn't happen without the rain. If you look for the good, life seems good. You have more energy, and you're just open to so much more happening. When you focus on the bad, you're more likely to give up. But if you focus on the good, you're more likely to keep trying. So if you see the good in what you've done so far, you're going to keep trying, you know. I think one reason it's been easy for me not to record YouTube videos is it's easy for me to focus on the bad, like how I didn't talk well, my editing isn't great, how many views I get, whatever. It's easy if I focus on the bad to not be motivated to record a video. But when I focus on the good, which is being my husband's favorite YouTuber, having the opportunity to share something I love and am passionate about with you, it makes me so much more motivated to keep trying, and that's going to make me ultimately more successful and therefore more lucky. Like I will, what looks like to other people, greater luck. This segues perfectly into my next point, which is taking action. If you don't put forth the action, you're not going to be lucky. Like, I would not find 4-leaf clovers if I wasn't outside. So you have to put forward the correct action also. So if I want to find a 4-leaf clover, I take the action of going outside and looking in the clover, and then I can find the 4-leaf clover. In life, taking the action may look like making the move, buying the new property, starting the new business, applying for the new job. You have to take the action to end up getting the lucky results. Another important part of being lucky is just to be present. And what I mean by being present, I mean actually seeing what is around you, actually hearing what is going on, feeling the sensations of being in this moment, and I guess tasting if that applies. But in hearing what's going on, just overall, just really being in the moment. There has been so many 4-leaf clovers I'm sure I haven't seen because I haven't even seen the clover. I have been paying zero attention because I've just been walking through life thinking about what needs to be done later, or thinking about something I did previously I wish I could change, or something I want to do in the future, and I'm not in the moment, and I'm not present, and I don't even see what is in front of me. There are so many opportunities that can be missed if you're not spending time being present. Even the people in the study, you know, if they were just mindlessly counting the pictures and not present to really the task in front of them, they would be less likely to see the bold print that said, hey, this is how many pictures there are. Being present also can just put you in the headspace for having so many wonderful ideas and having things that you can act on. Also, you're able to complete things better if you're present. Like a real life example that's not just clover related. Say I was having a conversation with somebody and maybe we're talking just about anything. If I'm not actually engaged, if I'm not present, I could miss the opportunity to maybe hear that they need land clearing services from MOARC or our company. There are so many things you can miss if you're not fully present. And one part of being lucky is just really being in your life and paying attention to what is around you and making the most out of every opportunity. My very last thing, and then I can go inside because it is getting a little bit chilly, is don't forget to celebrate when it happens. Like, when I find a 4-leaf clover, I take a moment and I just feel such gratitude. Like, thank you. Thank you for making me lucky. Not really, but you know, thank you for all the luck in my life that is symbolized by finding this clover. Thank you you know, that I had the opportunity to see something that a lot of people don't ever get to see. If you have gratitude, you're more likely to be motivated to keep trying. Like that little shot of happiness I get when I'm thankful for a clover makes me want to keep looking for it. Also, if you have gratitude in your life for the good things, you're more likely to keep working. If you're grateful that your boss recognized you for your good performance, or maybe you're grateful for how well, let's keep it on topic with our life. If you're so thankful that you have beautiful plants growing in your garden, you're more likely to keep watering them. Gratitude will make you keep doing the actions, which will keep you lucky. Also, you know, when you're given something, if you're grateful, you're much more likely to be given it again. And regardless of your religious belief, if you do think that there's any force out there that is giving us beautiful things, then be thankful. Be thankful that has been given to you. So this was totally left field. I hope it provided you value. I will probably get back to our regular scheduled content. My husband keeps telling me that I need to put together the video of us building the barn. I do intend to do that. I have a lot more going on in our garden. I have a video of us catching a swarm of bees, which is super fun, and I'm so excited we caught that. So maybe that will be our next video. I need to get to editing it. Anyway, if you enjoy hearing somebody rant about these kind of ideas, or if you want to see projects completed in the country on a farm, if you want to see gardening content and different do-it-yourself building, trying things out content and grow with us, then come on and follow along. Thank you so much for your time.